Miraculous is starting over. And I mean that more literally than not really. I wanted it to, a little bit sort of. Like there's a brand new animation style that people are upset about. I heard a rumor that someone said the animation company lost all of the files, like all of the 3D models, and had to redo them, and that's why it looks all brand new. I'm not sure how much I believe that. It would be very on par with, you know, the development cycles of this company. I saw the new animation style and I'm like, oh yeah, they're trying to make it more mature. Or like, it's a new phase of Miraculous and they want to visually represent that. I feel like that's a lot more digestible than they're so incompetent they lost all the 3D files. So I'm just gonna take it at face value and tell you whether I love it or hate it. And I'm scared because my partner Isabella got me into this show and she's seen every episode that you can past the dubbed English. She's seen all of the subbed French stuff and she hasn't told me anything about this plot. Usually she yaps my ear off about Miraculous. I've heard nothing, which means something very exciting is gonna happen, and she doesn't want to spoil it for me. Or two, it's really bad.
Who sacrificed everything to save Paris by helping Ladybug
Yeah, I would think it's a bit of a downgrade, but I'm not so angry that I need to rant about it on Reddit. Adrien doesn't know how to take care of himself and is obviously depressed, and you know what this reminds me of? Oh my gosh, it looks like they're trying to blend the old style with like Love and Deep Space. Adrien isn't used to having a life, and now that he has agency, he's totally lost. Kind of like when you're used to school and adhering to a schedule, and then you become an adult and don't know how to exist without a schedule. Adrien talks about how he lacks a passion, how there's nothing that really resonates with him, and he's scared that he'll never find one.
None of the community bees hearted my video about weather, so I made a kitten video. It didn't work either. So then I tried a makeup tutorial. I failed at everything. I didn't get any hearts or new followers in the bee community.
Oh, I feel that. Even when I make videos that I know people like, sometimes people just don't watch it. I feel like I'm abandoning my long-form videos entirely. Aurora, not Aurora, because we don't want a lawsuit from the big cheese, is ready to fall into celebrity culture gossip in the pursuit of the only currency that really matters nowadays, online clout. I like how we're really seeing Adrien and Marinette having a relationship, like a real relationship, and of course online tabloids are going to do everything they can to ruin it. It's never easier to make your life easier than by ruining someone else's. That is a real problem with this new season. Who is the villain though? How is there going to be a ladybug if there is no monarch?
I'll never win.
Hello. Forgive my intrusion.
Oh, right. Duh. Someone else has the butterfly Miraculous. I'm dumb. Oh, am I watching this out of order? Oh, I can't believe they cannot get this right.
Me! You're all going to like my content to the heart of the storm!
And you're about to click that subscribe button. Or I'll be very sad. I feel like the fight scenes are more cinematic, like they're trying to emulate the pacing of the movies with higher budget animations. It feels like it's just a little bit slower. Like it's trying to give off the impression that it's matured somewhat. Loving that Sabrina is moving on from Chloe. Weird how it's framed like a breakup, but hey, relationships are relationships. I would love to see more of the supporting cast doing their own hero work or episodes entirely dedicated to them. Now that we're going toward a superhero team, we need to flesh out each individual character, like how, you know, each Avenger got their own movie before the Avengers movie.
I've lost my only friend, even though I know Chloe didn't really care about me. Now I'm trying to make new ones, but I just can't seem to.
Oh, that's why Isabella didn't say anything. She went through something very similar, minus the superpowers. Yeah, that's a very real situation and a great way to explore Sabrina's character.
Let's just see each other tomorrow. It's no big deal. Enjoy your evening with your friends.
No! Oh my god, Isabella does the same thing to me when I've done something really wrong. She just goes immobile. I think she formed her personality after this show.
And what should I call you?
Daddy Cop!
Do I need to make a joke? Can we all just mentally insert an inappropriate joke from here? This new villain that hasn't been introduced yet because I'm still trying to figure out what order I need to watch these in, has some powers that allow her to directly help with her akumatized lackeys.
Wow, your new look is awesome!
Yeah, it's so good. Alia gets bit promoted, which transforms into a new charm that says that if anything happens to Marinette, Alia becomes the new ladybug. Finally choosing to trust her friends, and this is definitely what's gonna appear in the grand finale of this season, no doubt. In other news, Adrien's grandparents on his mother's side are total dickheads. Well, specifically his grandpa.
Who will have custody of Adrien now that he's all alone?
Spoiler alert, not you.
Dearest, Natalie had...
Millie, I'm talking. Keep your useless remarks to yourself.
Fellow boomers, don't you just hate it when your wife talks and looks at you and breathes? Don't you just hate, like, everything your wife has ever done and will ever do? The joke is that they've normalized abuse. We already knew Natalie was amazing, but we just needed to remind you. Adrien is running with this girl named Sublime that is not so subtly the new holder of the Butterfly Miraculous. Also, did I miss an episode or something? Was there some special that I missed that showed someone getting the Butterfly Miraculous? Did I forget a scene from the last season where they show this? I feel like this was just dropped on us.
I know you're in here. I know you're hiding, lurking in the shadows, ready to leap out and stop me from winning, but I won't let you!
Oh, so she has multiple personalities. Is that the new angle for the villain? I get that there's like multiple voices for the villain. Ignore Marinette in this scene. Sublime isn't talking to her. Is it connected to the fact that she has a super sweet and supportive dad and a strict and demanding mom that's always pushing her to do better, who is clearly modeled after the coach from Glee? Oh, her mom gets akumatized while they're in the same location. Oh, I guess I jumped the gun. My bad. She's not the holder of the Butterfly Miraculous. Then why was she talking to herself like there's two people? This episode explains that those bullet butterflies are anti-Kumas that takes away the powers of the Miraculous without de-transforming them.
It'd be cool to have a group name, don't you think?
The Smart Tribe! The Flamboyant Ones!
The Miraculous.
Oh, that's an awful name. I can watch more episodes, but they're all in French. Even though I don't have a problem like reading subtitles, it doesn't really look good in a YouTube video, and I think you guys, it wouldn't really be good for engagement. Everyone knows that it doesn't lend itself well to a YouTube video. So I'm going to be making more episodes, these small snippet updates, the more English dubbed video episodes release. So far, number 1, I don't think the new animation style is as egregious as the fan base wants you to believe. Especially in this fandom, whenever there's a small change, people act like it's the end of the world. And this isn't like just this fandom, like Winx is the same, Monster High is the same. People get so pissy about like small changes. And I understand like some of those changes, some of those examples are big changes, but it feels like it's like, no, if it's not exactly the same as I remember from my childhood, it's garbage. Which, you know how we make fun of like incel nerds that say the same thing about like Star Wars or Marvel or insert other male-dominated media show franchise? We're exactly the same. Like, come on. All I hear is that it doesn't matter what fandom you're in, people are gonna be babies. Number 2, even though the approach for the new villain is a bit of an eye roll, I am excited that in turn, we're going to get a lot more episodes fleshing out each individual character, like each individual hero, way more than what was previous in the other seasons. And I mean, like, they're taking the characters that were just side characters, and I feel like they're giving them actual development instead of just like the B-plot side story that kind of gives them one step of character development. The spotlight is on them now. If I'm gonna put it into comic book terms, it feels like they're getting their own one-shots or their own 6-issue miniseries. I want them to give us more reasons to enjoy and love these side characters more than what they have already given us. Even though this wasn't the direction I was kind of hoping for when it comes to Miraculous, I do like what we're getting. I was hoping for like a big time jump, like a big skip in the future. Because they allude to so much cool stuff happening in the future in a lot of previous seasons, and I'm like, I'm so ready for that. I'm so ready to see that. And they said, no, we're not gonna deviate from this formula all that much, if at all. I wanted a big, bold new direction for this show, and I feel like we're not getting that. I do feel like there's some new direction, only because like there's irreversible actions from the 5th season that, you know, they can take it back technically, but if they do, they ruin the whole show. I wanted something big that made me a little uncomfortable. I wanted it to be an actual new phase in Miraculous Ladybug. And I'm not like most fans where anything outside of my comfort zone makes me upset. I know that they want to play it safe. I know that's what they want to do. I don't want them to play it safe. And I know that a lot of other people would probably agree with me. You know, I want them to make big punches and take big swings and really mix it up. And I'm certain that if they actually do that, the majority of you guys would be upset. The majority of the fan base would be up in arms and really angry. Case in point, the new animation style got a lot of people very upset, and it's not even like a big change. I also am not someone that really like is upset by like a time jump or a time skip. I always see whenever there's a time skip, people get very upset about that, and I don't understand why. And I get that the main argument is, well, we want to see what happens in between that big section of time. Jesus fuck, I'm trying to keep my script on my lap. They want to see what happens in between that big section of time, and it's like nothing interesting. That's why they skipped it. It's a lot of broad stroke stuff that wouldn't really translate well into individual episodes and long form TV. Like, guys, use your brain for like 2 seconds. Am I upset with this new season? No. Am I disappointed? Slightly. Not as much as what I thought I'd be, given what I've seen so far. What I love is that we're seeing like the repercussions of Marinette dating Adrien, in that being he's a kind of a celebrity, not even kind of, he kind of is, and she has to deal with being there and losing her privacy, and you know, the whole thing where strangers on the internet will develop a narrative about you that you have no control over, and you have to just kind of deal with it. Spoken from experience, and I'm not even like big. Like, people online just love to be angry about things. I'm getting very cynical, and this is a rant now. I'm getting so tired of that. Everyone seems to look for a reason to be angry. You guys do realize like anger can be addictive, right? Like, that is a thing. Your brain, like, a lot of chemicals are released to your brain when you are angry, and your brain can get accustomed to that feeling and will be looking for anything to make it more angry. And I think the majority of people don't understand that, and the solution is literally chill the fuck out. Like, doctor prescribed, stop. I remember there was a time when I was this close to going down the alt-right pipeline, and I cannot express to you how scary it was when I realized that, because I stopped and I realized I'm angry all the time. Why am I like this? And I had to stop and self-reflect and realized, oh, it's probably this media that I've been consuming that kind of feels tailored specifically to just make me angry. Maybe I should stop interacting with it. Boom. And so many people don't have that kind of ability to self-reflect. So I feel like I kind of hate when I make a video and my opinions are like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you know, it's not actually as bad as people think it is. Because one, that doesn't lend itself to good content, and I know that, and I'm shooting myself in the foot for it, but I cannot be bought. I cannot be paid to just create this air of anger for the sake of content. Sorry, I like to be happy. I know that may be foreign to some of you guys, but I like to be happy. Like, there's so many gossip channels. There's so much, I kind of blame gossip channels a lot. There's like, it's the news and gossip channels that, like, gossip has really just adds so much fuel to the fire. Because not only can it be big world politics things that we have to deal with the mental load of how awful it is, but now we have to deal with all of the tiny small things that that normal people do that make us all hate each other. And don't get me wrong, there's validity in both of those, but when it's spewed in your face constantly all the time about things that you have absolutely no control over, maybe just don't interact with that content. Maybe instead of priming your brain to look for the negative, maybe you can try priming your brain to look for something positive. I'm having a bad day. Where was I on the script? They explore more of Marinette having to deal, I've seen past like episode 6. Marinette has to deal with more of this sort of problem in her relationship with Adrien, and I'm very excited to get to talk about that more in depth. And honestly, relate it back to what I've experienced, especially with the Monster High community, where at this point, I know there is like Discord channels that I don't know where they are, but I know like specifically Monster High people and people on the internet, like, just talk about me behind my back and just shit talk about me all the time. Honestly, about things that I said that I'm 99% certain they just misinterpreted horribly. Because again, people are looking for a reason to be angry. And I'm on the floor for this video because I'm gonna do short form videos because I think the YouTube algorithm has changed. I really think the YouTube algorithm has changed to where long form, like 2-hour videos, just isn't being pushed to people. And people want short form videos, which is a problem for me because I ramble and I talk a lot, as evidence of this video. It was supposed to be like 15 minutes. It's probably over that now because I talk a lot and I have a lot of thoughts and I like to talk and I like to converse and I like to engage with other people. Like how before, like my Soul Eater video didn't perform super well. And then my new Dragon Prince video is kind of not performing well either, even though I would argue those are some of my funniest videos I've made. And I'm not here to just complain about, oh, I'm not getting views. Oh my gosh, this job is so hard. I'm just kind of I'm more like updating you on how I feel the not zeitgeist. The sphere of YouTube has changed. The algorithm, I feel, has changed. And I know people always blame, like, oh, people's attention spans are shorter, which sure, that is true. And we know that's true. Like, even I have noticed my engagement habits are different. I don't even go to my subscriptions tab anymore. I used to be a diehard, go straight to my subscriptions tab, screw the home tab. That's stupid. Now I'm more of I'm tired. I don't want to think. YouTube give me recommendations that I might like, so I don't need to think about what I want to watch. And that is really scary to think of. Like, even me, who honestly, my job is not nearly as demanding as most other people's jobs. Even I'm getting to that point. Even I'm getting to the point where I don't want to think. That's horrifying. I'm hoping, and I hope that I'm able to really connect that with later episodes of Miraculous Ladybug. And I hope they kind of pinpoint some of these problems or brush against some of them with Adrien and Marinette's relationship. But I need to stop rambling because I can't have this video be too long. Let me know how you feel about the first impressions of the new Miraculous season. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to my patrons. Here are my patrons. By the way, I have a Patreon. Like, subscribe, follow me on socials, look at the links in the description, do all that jazz. Leave a comment, tell me things, engage, click things, engage. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay beautiful and keep playing.